Welcome to another episode of the Cody's MMA Uncensored. Now, I know episode 2 and episode 3 are kind of close together, but, it took me so long to do episode 2 that I decided, to jump right into episode 3. And, here I am on a wonderful Friday afternoon talking to a camera. It's great, isn't it? Yeah. Well, and I'm not doing that good so far. I've only got a total of 9 views, and that's all for the first episode. But I'm still trying. I'm still doing it. It doesn't matter to me. Like to have my opinion out there. I just like doing it. It's fun. It's great. It's awesome. But okay. Enough of this homo crap. Let's get right into it.
Listen to this track, bitch.
Girl, the way you moving, you got me in a trance. DJ, turn me up. Ladies get so jam. I'ma sip the sky. You gon' lose them pants. And I'ma throw this money while you do it with no hands.
Our first topic of episode 3 of the Cody's MMA Uncensored. Nick Diaz contemplates retirement to focus on boxing. Yeah, I know. Nick Diaz and MMA fans are going boo, including myself. I'm a big Nick Diaz fan. I love the guy. My second favorite fighter in the world behind Rampage Jackson. But I even have to admit, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're going to quit MMA at the peak. You're at the top of your career. The best you've ever fought. The biggest streak you've ever been on. And you're going to go box? Really? Well, the word is his first potential opponent was going to be former boxing champion Fernando Vargas, who, if a lot of you don't remember, back at UFC 47 helped Tito Ortiz prepare for Chuck Liddell. A lot of good that did, but now that it's been reported that Fernando Vargas is... First, it was something about a medical issue and Fernando Vargas might retire, but now it seems like Fernando Vargas didn't want his first comeback fight to be against an MMA star. He thinks it would make him look bad, make him look like he took an easy fight. So, who knows? Only Fernando Vargas really knows why the fight didn't happen. But Nick Diaz was all for it, and I don't know why, but a lot of people speculate that Nick Diaz is doing this right now just, he thinks he'll make more money, and plus he thinks he could do both MMA and boxing while he's still under Strikeforce contract. But Scott Coker has already made it known that Nick Diaz cannot box while he is under the Strikeforce banner, which I think that's why Nick Diaz is contemplating retiring. I think it's a stupid move on Nick Diaz's part, with all due respect. I think he needs to stay in MMA. He has the skills to be one of the best, if not the best, welterweight in the world. I know you GSP fans out there, which most of you are Canadian, are like, nay. I don't know, is that what Canadians say? Who knows? But I think Nick Diaz is the only 170-pounder in the world that has a chance of even beating GSP. I don't think Jake Shields has a chance just because he is one-dimensional. So, I think he has that big super fight that he can do, but it looks like he might go box. It's a very, very bad decision. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. He must be on that marijuana again. So, that's what I think. I mean, for those of you who don't know, he actually fought Takanori Gomi high. Yeah. So maybe he thinks he can get away with it in boxing, but who knows. But yeah, Nick Diaz, it looks like Nick Diaz might stop MMA to go box. And I'm not happy about it. I'm sure none of you are happy about it, but Nick Diaz is Nick Diaz, and he's going to do what he wants. Our second topic, and something I'm very excited about, is Forrest Griffin versus Mauricio Shogun Rua 2 set for UFC 134. Now, this is a rematch I have wanted to see for the last couple of years now. If you all remember, Forrest Griffin was the very first fighter that Mauricio Shogun Rua fought in the UFC at UFC 76. Now, the fight was pretty close up until Shogun gassed and, Forrest Griffin just totally took over. He was outstriking him, outworking him, and eventually got a rear naked choke with a pretty much energy depleted Shogun Rua. Now, since then, Forrest Griffin went on to be the UFC light heavyweight champion by defeating, I use the term defeating lightly, Rampage Jackson. He went on to lose to Rashad Evans. Makes me sick. And then he got his butt kicked by Anderson Silva. But since then, he's been on the right track. He's defeated Tito Ortiz and coming off a win to Rich Franklin. And it looks like he will face his toughest opponent yet since his loss to Anderson Silva. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I think this fight will be totally different from the first one. I think Shogun will be more ready, more prepared, more well conditioned, if you will. And I do not expect Forrest Griffin to win this fight. But however, we all did say that the first time. We all did say that Shogun was not gonna lose this fight the first time, because at the time Shogun was probably the Anderson Silva or the Fedor Emelianenko of light heavyweights back then. He seemed unbeatable, but Forrest Griffin was able to defeat him, and I don't know. I don't see it happening this time, especially after Shogun coming off such a poor performance against John Jones. I think he's going to come out there with something to prove. I think he's going to want to get his title back, and I think Forrest Griffin is going to be in a lot of trouble, especially his chin has been a questionable aspect of his game, and I think Shogun is going to test that aspect very well. And I don't like Forrest Griffin in this fight at all. If I was a betting man, I'd probably bet everything I have on Shogun Rua, which is not a lot because I'm a poor man. I'm just saying. So any of you out there want to make a charity donation, please call 1-800 the Cody is broke. So that was a bad joke. I'm sorry. I was trying to come up with one, and that was the best I can do. So yeah, I suck. I'm sorry. So anyway, as I was saying, yep. So Shogun Rua, Forrest Griffin 2, UFC 134. Like Shogun in this fight, and we'll just see what happens after that. Okay, I know a lot of you are expecting me to do the Cody's Corner, as I said I would do at the end of every The Cody's MMA Uncensored episode, but however, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to only do the Cody's Corner once a week, so right now, I'm going to give you our third topic, and it's pretty interesting, I think. George St. Pierre believes that there is someone else other than himself that can defeat Anderson Silva. And that man is his upcoming opponent at UFC 129, Jake Shields. Yeah, I know. Got me mind-boggled too. But George St. Pierre has gone on record on saying that he believes Jake Shields will be his most dangerous opponent, and he has also said he believes if George St. Pierre ever decided to move up to middleweight, he thinks Jake Shields would run the 170-pound division. He thinks he would beat Josh Koscheck, John Fitch, Thiago Alves, Anthony Johnson, and now possibly Nate Marquardt coming into the division now. So, I don't know about that. We'll see. But he also went on to say that he also believes that Anderson, besides himself, and another potential dangerous opponent for Anderson Silva would be Jake Shields. He believes Jake Shields has the wrestling ability to take him down and has the submission ability to tap him out. I totally disagree with that. I think Anderson Silva would walk right through Jake Shields like he was something that's easy to walk through. I don't know what George St. Pierre is thinking. I think he's giving Jake Shields a little bit too much credit, but however, I do think that's a good thing because he'll be prepared for anything Jake Shields throws at him come UFC 129. So maybe that he believes that Jake Shields is the most dangerous fighter he's ever fought. maybe that's a good thing. As far as beating Anderson Silva and running the table in the UFC at 170, I do not see that happening. I like Jake Shields personally, but I mean, he has very, very sloppy striking, and you know, if UFC was strictly on grappling, then yeah, maybe, but I don't know. That hole in his game, that striking hole, just is too much. And I think when Jake Shields fought Dan Henderson, you know, you saw that weakness, you know, greatly. And look what happened when he fought Paul Daly back in the Elite XC. When he couldn't take him down, he was getting dominated on the feet. So I don't know what George St. Pierre is thinking to say that Jake Shields could beat Anderson Silva, but you know, I think it's good that he thinks so highly of his opponent, because that means he's training hard, and it sounds like he's ready for Jake Shields. I don't know. We'll see what happens. To be honest with you, I am still on the fence of who I would pick to win that fight, but I'll talk about that next week. And yeah, it looks like this will do it for the Cody's MMA Uncensored. Yeah, it was a very short episode. You know, I kind of rushed through it because someone said I should do the Cody's MMA Uncensored in parts so that I can give more information, but I kind of like the idea of doing just one video, so that's what I put 3 topics and kind of rushed through them a little bit. But hey, it's whatever. But the Cody's Corner will be back. I mean, this wasn't my best episode. I mean, I'm kind of doing this right before I go somewhere. That's probably why I rushed it. So that's why my jokes are so bad. I'm just saying. I'm not saying my jokes weren't bad before, but they weren't, because I'm the Cody. Come on, I'm the funniest person alive. Who are we kidding? I mean, really. But anyway, another situation for another time. I want a tiny bit of announcement for my 9 fans out there. This Monday when I do a show, I'm gonna start the Cody's MMA question of the week. What I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna start it now. I'm gonna come up with a random question that only the Cody could think of, and you guys are gonna go in the comment section below. Y'all are going to state your opinion on that question, and then I'll talk about it on Wednesday's show. So hopefully that will maybe boost my viewers up. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm putting a lot of thought into this, and you know, my boy JDH from the Lights Out Show is, you know, giving me kind of a motivation. You know, even though I only have 9 fans, he thinks I should keep going even with 0 views. So I will. I promise, JDH. Promise. Okay, anyway, that'll do it for this episode of the Cody's MMA Uncensored. I'm the Cody, saying take care.